Welcome back. You're watching the festive shopping special edition of Money, 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 and we've just heard from some of the biggest retailers in the country, the kind of offers that are available. There are lots of freebies. There are schemes where the interest cost is being borne by the retailer, so you virtually get a zero interest EMI. Karthik, how does it all sound?
You know, it just sounds like I should really protect my wallet right now because it's so enticing and there's so many thousands. Literally, there are thousands of options and offers that are being, put in front of you. And literally, you open your phone and anything you do, there's an offer that pops out. So I think the options are enormous and there is no need to compromise. We should enjoy the festive season, but also there are a few rules to remember.
Absolutely, which is why now we're going to get down to serious brass tacks. I think the questions that immediately pop up or should pop up when we're going out to spend is how much can I afford? I mean,
That's right.
To what extent? Questions like, is it okay to borrow? If I am going to take something on, a credit card EMI, is that fine? Not. Again, how much can I leverage? And I think a question that people will ask, is it okay? The markets have run up and anyway, there's some profit booking. So is it okay, let's say, to redeem, a couple of units of my mutual funds to buy that fancy TV? Some opening thoughts and then let's hear you out.
Yeah, actually all of these put together, even if you just summarize this in 4 or 5 points maybe, so to say, let's say the 5 points to remember when you're spending.
Absolutely,
right?
yeah.
You have the right to spend, or you earn the right to spend when you've saved at least 30% of your money. So which means to say, if you are in a situation where you are at least trying to save 30% of your monthly income, if you're able to do that, then go ahead and spend. Even in terms of EMIs, especially for home EMIs, because a lot of people have home EMIs going on, where we've always recommended 25 to 30% is a good level to have. If you need some other EMIs, could be car loans, auto loans, consumer loans, whatever it is, do not try and go beyond 45 to 50%. So which means half your income sort of goes away. Now, understand this is an exemption. This is like, this festive season, you have 1 or 2 months of festive season, which is a little bit of an exemption. So when you have your overall pie chart, at least at 1/3 of that you invest to 30%, you have about 30 to 50% goes in EMIs, and you've got another 30 to 40% depending on what's your EMI for your personal expenses. So broadly speaking, 1/3 saving, 2/3 expenditure. And within 2/3, you have to manage your EMIs also, because otherwise savings will suffer. And that actually brings me to my second point, which is the quantum. So in this festive season, what should you do? You can expect yourself to take a little bit of leverage. You can expect a little bit of expansion. So if you have, let's say, something that you're spending, let's say 1% on, don't need to think so much about, between 1 and 5% of your income. Okay. If you're spending between 5 and 10%.
That typically never happens. 1% of income buys you nothing. Maybe one meal these days.
It's all psychological. It's all psychological. So what happens there is, if you just play within these ratios, it just sort of helps you deciding things better. So 1% or 5%, don't worry, don't think too much about it, help yourself. 5 to 10, you need to really think about it. And here's my special favorite. So I feel if you want to spend 10% or more, you are allowed to do that if you're an equity investor. Because like you rightly said, you might already have profits, and it's okay to take some profits. Another thing which I like especially, and a lot of people have already spoken about it, is to look for deals. There are deals everywhere. And credit cards, you can't have a better thing because you have a bargain out of a credit card. You've got cashback happening. And the third big advantage is you've also got loyalty points, because that will buy you things in future.
Right.
And it's beautiful. You're actually spreading out the expenses, look for lightning deals, look for all these kind of activities that, help you. But something which is very psychological and which is very important is that whenever you're buying, and especially large things, you always want to pause for a minute. Ordinarily, we say pause for like about, suspend, withdraw, think about it. Do that for about 7 days, 10 days, 15 days. Just hold back, think about it.
Don't be impulsive.
Don't be impulsive.
Trigger happy.
Hold that impulse, hold that nerve. Do you really, really need it? And after 7 days, you feel, I must have it. Again, wait for another 7 days.
The offer would have gone by then.
No, I know, but what happens is these days what happens is we know what we have to buy. It's just that we are automatically waiting for that big billion day, or we are waiting for that Independence Day or that Republic Day sale to come. We already, as consumers, we are programmed. We know which purchase we will make when.
Absolutely. That's Karthik's number one rule, and that's the first thumb rule. How much can you leverage? As he's just spelled out, do not go beyond 40 to 50% of your monthly income. Very, very thankful, Karthik, for you for joining in, and we wish you a wonderful festive season as well. Thanks so much for being with us. That's it on this week's episode of Money, Money, Money. The festivities continue. We'll see you again with another interesting theme next week.